Hey, what's up, people? All right, this is going to be a little quick video, maybe. I think it's going to be quick, okay? Yeah, I got a necklace on, but my beard hides it, okay? All right? All right. So this is about the Eye of Horus and about religion and evil, all right? Now, let me just preface this by saying fucking evil doesn't gain power. You can't act a certain way that's absurd and gain power, all right? Illogic actions don't make you gain power, all right? There's no Lucifer, there's no devil, whatever you want to call it. There is none, okay? Now, are there people that are evil? Yeah. Do they, in this material world, gain power while they're here? I guess so, because, if they don't get caught, whatever they're doing, they can continue doing it and maybe even make profit. But in reality, you cannot gain intellectual knowledge by being ignorant, right? And that's what the Eye of Horus is. It's nothing to do with masonry. Masons would prefer you to believe all that bullshit because, their agenda is wholly different than you even know. It's about intellectual knowledge. That's why a lot of secret societies exist. It has nothing to do with evil. It has to do with knowledge that was forbidden by the Catholic Church. And that's what, anybody that spoke out against, it was called heresy back in the day. Because the Catholic Church wants to maintain power. It's that simple. And they don't want you to be intellectually knowledgeable. Because if you are, you'll realize that they are con artists and that the whole thing is based around mind control from way, way, way back. Mind control has been instituted way, 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 way back. This is how you domesticate an animal. Same fucking way. You condition the animal to believe that if it stays, relatively calm and doesn't try to get out of the cage, it will get fed. Okay, and that's what the church does. It's like, oh yeah, if you're having hard times, we got a charity for you that will give you some soup and some beans and stuff like that. And yes, we are great people. Oh, by the way, don't forget to leave your $20 in the fucking thing when you come to church, which is probably about, 4 times what they're going to give you with the charity to help you eat. All right? Anyway, so the bottom line is this, and I do say that a lot. I apologize. The bottom line is this. The fucking Bible is just a bunch of malarkey, okay? There is no, no God, for one thing, no God is gonna, and plus, God doesn't exist, okay? God is just a businessman. He came here, he terraformed. When he came and went from, on the earth, Jesus, in other words, he was seen as, God, okay? Now, did God probably explain to him, no, I'm not God, but I do have a kingdom? Yes, he did. He does have a kingdom. No, did he say he's not God or whatever? Probably not. Because guess what? The vernacular has been turned around. It started out, it probably had another meaning. Like, hey, we're, from another place. Okay, that's it. We came here and we basically, like you would plant something, we place seedlings here. Okay. It started out on Mars. Mars was a failed project. Mars failed. Okay, other extraterrestrials were in the area. Maybe they took a dislike, or maybe it was something out of the control, a natural catastrophe, possibly an asteroid or something. But the truth is, those beings, they're human, but they're like 100 times smarter than us. Okay, they're fucking 100 times smarter than us by a long shot. They purposely put us here as seedlings, as stock. We are farmed. Now, if they want, they can come here, they can gather up a lot of us, our DNA and whatnot. They can amp us back into the 100%, 100% smarter percentile. And some of us can do it on our own. It's often referred to as a warlock. A warlock is able to think outside of his biological chemistry. A warlock isn't like from Harry Potter. A warlock is actually very powerful, but a warlock doesn't have the stuff going on in his head. Why? Because he is not physically aware of the things he's doing to protect himself. And I'm not sure why that is, but trust me, I feel like I'm a warlock. because when I gamble, I can manifest things and make things happen. But I'm not going to do it anymore because it doesn't mean I can do it all the time. It's actually very difficult, you know, and so I don't do it. I retired from gambling. But the truth of the matter is, guys, you cannot convince me that evil is a power structure. It's not. It is bad behavior, plain and simple. You know, the Eye of Horus, intellectual knowledge. That's it. That's fucking it. Okay, now, here's another thing. The Eye of Horus. See that? What do you really think that is? Okay, when they show the Eye of Horus, it looks more or less like an eye. You know, it even has one side, not on this ring, but on one side it kind of goes up like, you know, the other part of the eye, where you see it go up like that. And what that is the fucking leftover exhaust, radioactive, whatever you want to call it, of a UFO. All right? When people back in the day saw these things, they always noticed, hey man, why are those things always shaped like that? It's because it's an eye. Yeah, it's an eye. That's what it is. Ignorance is, I don't know if you'd call it bliss, but in the case of ignorance, when people think that it's gotta, you know, fallen angels, that's also bullshit, okay? That's straight bullshit, all right? Now, stranded people, possibly, you know, workers for what I call the shot caller, which is a terraformer god. Yes, they could break contract. And just like anyone can break contract, somebody can break contract. So what they did is they got frustrated. They didn't meet the same criteria as the shot caller, if you will, wanted. So the shot caller said, you know, in other words, God, what you guys call God, the shot caller said, no, you can't do that. I already told you it got to go this way and that way. You can't do that. All right, that's it. You guys want it that way, you have to stay here on this planet, bottom line. And when they try to argue a point, it was like, too late. You already fucked the job up. So kind of like when I was one of my other videos, somebody they did a job and they didn't even tell me I had earthquake damage before they did the job. And I let that go because I was testing them. And really, to be quite honest, the earthquake damage isn't going to be able to be fixed that easy. So I just had them lift the house. But I knew for a fact, if they don't tell me about the earthquake damage when they lift the house, then they're unprofessional as fuck. All right? So basically, they're idiots. All right? So so are people that believe in God and the devil. Now, is the shot caller somebody I look up to? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Matter of fact, I would probably fucking wish that he was still around, or if he is, you know, please come get me, because these fucking humans are stupid. All right? And fallen angels are just contract breakers. They're not giants. Maybe there were giants at some time, but I don't think they were the terraformers. No, I don't. Matter of fact, I think the giants were just another subspecies that was also released here. And it was just by proxy they got destroyed because there was more humans than the giants. So they got exterminated. That's simple. Now, the only reason why I'm making this video is because every time I hear Bible thumpers or people that fucking verbatim think they know it all, I'm like, hey man, you know what? I know more than you. All right? I know more than you, motherfucker. Okay? Don't try to convince me of your bullshit, because I have never, ever, ever had any, you know, I have had what you might call directives from something that's powerful. But it's like I said, you're dealing with something that's so vastly more intelligent that, of course, miracles and stuff like that, that's what you're going to call them. But they're actually, it's just a version of technology that is way past us. And as a result, you know, people are stupid. They just think it's a miracle, or at least way back then. And they still do today. So anyway, get with it. All right, get with it. This is about, you know, planting things. This is about seedlings. This is about a garden. This is a garden. It is not necessarily a popular one, but it is a garden. When extraterrestrials come here, I think they more or less pass us up, because it's like we're out in the middle of fucking nowhere and there isn't really that much interesting here. It's an old terraformed planet. To to us, but to them it may be relatively new. And they may say, oh yeah, Mars was done first, but so and such and the other extraterrestrials had a disagreement, and then this or that happened, or I doubt an asteroid hit it, but I do believe there was a couple extraterrestrials that had a difference of opinion. That's it. And as a result, warfare broke out. Now, extraterrestrials might be super, super smarter than us, but they also have the same problems. Warfare, shit like that. I'm not a big fan of Michio Kaku. Once you reach this level, you have to be like this. Once you reach that level as a society, you have to be like this. No, because there's always going to be another fucking society of extraterrestrials that come around that have nothing to do with your bullshit. And they're going to be like, no, we don't fucking follow that. So, fucking leave or kick rocks, because we're going to do this, that, and the other, what we want. And those extraterrestrials have no choice but to revert back to warfare. So that's just how it is, guys. It's nature.